Hello, this is the Kenyan Siasa. And I'm your host, Jabali Odawa Nadawa. Dear folks of the Kenyan Siasa, yesterday, the immediate Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, pitched his tent in Kikuyu constituency, Dagoretti area, where he launched scathing attacks against the President William Ruto. His clarion call was that President William Ruto should be a one-term president and that come 2027 general elections, they're going to send him packing. Dear folks of the Kenyan Siasa, in this episode, we are presenting Rigathi Gachagua's post-impeachment strategy or post-impeachment mission. It will be remembered that few weeks ago, Rigathi Gachagua launched his party, the party of DCP. And right now, we can say that Rigathi Gachagua is in a mission to popularize his party of DCP, to make the DCP party the party of choice in the Mount Kenya region, to make the DCP party to be the dominant party in the Mount Kenya region. By making it dominant, it technically means that he plans to scoop a majority of various seats in the Mount Kenya region. Even if he won't vie personally for any post, but intends to scoop from governor, senator, women representative, MPs, and MCAs. This will give him the essential muscles to be a critical or to be a reckoning force in any national political negotiation table. And again, with the DCP party being the dominant party in the Mount Kenya region, he intends to strategically position himself at a place where he will determine the direction of the Mount Kenya people voting with regards to the presidential seat. Here, his clarion call is a vote against President William Ruto. And even if he doesn't vie for any post, in an event, say for example, that we have several candidates vying for presidency and none of them gets the basic 50 plus 1%, meaning that we'll be going for a second round of electing the president. This will be essential because whoever the first two candidates in the first round will really need his support for them to secure the presidency. Therefore, even if, say, for example, right now, they're not reading from the same script with President William Ruto, but in an event where President William Ruto fails to get the 50 plus 1% and we're forced to go for a rerun, considering the fact that the Mount Kenya region gave President William Ruto more than half of the votes that he got in the 2022 general elections, President William Ruto might seek his support, and with this, he will demand a good portion of President William Ruto's government. Therefore, we can say that right now, Rigathi Gachagua is on a mission to make sure that DCP is the dominant party in Mount Kenya, in controlling the Mount Kenya region voting, so that he technically becomes the kingpin, which will be essential in his political interests and endeavors in future. Another mission in which right now the immediate former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is involved at ease, undermining other Mount Kenya-based political parties. Rigathi Gachagua was impeached and left the UDA party. The basic reasoning is that it would have been easier for him just maybe to decamp from UDA and come join the Jubilee Party, which is a Mount Kenya party owned by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. However, for his personal interests, he saw it wise to start afresh, create his own political party where he has total monopoly. Therefore, we can say that on viewing it from another lens is that he isn't much into the Mount Kenya people coming together per se, but it is more about himself and his future political aspiration with regards to becoming the Mount Kenya kingpin. That's why he didn't join the Jubilee Party, and actually, at some point, he has said that the Jubilee Party is being used by the government. And even recently, he fought the party of Moses Kuria. And Moses Kuria comes from the Mount Kenya region, Kiambu County. So we can therefore say that Rigathi Gachagua currently is in a vicious battle to make sure that there is no other reckoning party within the Mount Kenya region apart from his party of DCP. And lastly, we can also say that right now, Rigathi Gachagua is in a mission to make President William Ruto unpopular, to spread the gospel of William Ruto one term, to sustain the momentum against William Ruto in the Mount Kenya region, so that President William Ruto will have a Herculean task in capturing or retaining his seat in the 2027 general elections. The folks of the Kenyan Siasa will reach the halt of this episode. For those of you who are subscribed to our YouTube channel, The Kenyan Siasa, we're humbled, we're glad, thank you. And for those of you who are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, The Kenyan Siasa, we beseech you to show some love by subscribing, then hit on the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload content. Remember that the Kenyan Siasa is the pinnacle, echelon of the Kenyan political dynamics dissection. And I'm your host, Jabali Odawa Anadawa. Until next time, bye-bye.